Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Legion Lads. I am your host, JR. Today we got Nick and Jose. What's up, guys?
Yo.
Hello.
So this last weekend, it was Vet Fest. Vet Fest came and Vet Fest went. And so I just got to ask you guys, who took first place at Vet Fest?
Oh, it's crazy. We have a on the spot interview with the winner. It's crazy. Nick,
No,
tell us how you did.
Caleb's not on. Caleb won.
I
You talk about
beg
the
to I beg to differ.
talk about the MCP tournament, right?
No. I did take the first place, but that's not important. What is important is that I do want to give a huge shout out to the godfather of our Legion community, Roman. He ran another successful Vet Fest, and the first time in Vet Fest history, he got to play in it, which was awesome to see him do. So, Roman, thank you again for running Vet Fest. It was another successful tournament, and just say we appreciate you. And without you, I would not be playing Legion. I don't know if that's good or bad, depending on who you ask. So,
Terrible, Roman. You done goofed.
but I also want to give a huge thank you to Rob for one helping set up the tournament, being a judge and setting up all the tables. And he also got on the stream to talk about the games as they were happening. So Rob, huge thank you for that. You know, you've always been a huge contributor to the community, so we appreciate you as well. And then also want to give a huge thank you to Imperial Goldfish, who is the first time. His name is Andrew. He came down to stream our games. He's going to be streaming LVO this year in October. So thank you, Andrew, for coming down. It was a lot of fun being on the stream, watching people play, and also participating and being on stream. And obviously, all the participants who were able to come from out of every other town. I know we had some people from Bakersfield, had some people from California. So thank you guys for coming. We're trying to make this as big as we can so we could get this a GT. Hopefully, next year we have more GTs in California, and perhaps we will be one of them. So AMG, if you do listen to these,
They don't
uh,
listen.
that would be awesome. That would be amazing. But this time, guys, what I wanted to do was I wanted us to go and talk about our games, just kind of like our experience at VetFest and how you felt this year and everything. But before we get into you guys' games and your experience, I want to do what we kind of made a little bit of a tradition, and that's talking about tables. So we talked about OVO tables. We usually talk about tournament tables when we get there. So I want you guys to give me your thoughts on the tables this year at VetFest and a letter grade. We're gonna start with you, Jose. Put you on the spot.
Ooh, I loved all the tables I played on. Um, there was only what do we have? Eight tables? Eight?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So out of the eight tables we had, seven of them were amazing. One was downright atrocious. If Nick's saying this table is bad, looks bad, visually, aesthetically looks bad, the
Hold on.
nicest
What
guy in the
what
room,
table was that? Because if it's the table I'm thinking of, Nick said it was okay.
no, it was the table right next to the live stream table, the little town with like
With the
the
river going down the
river.
middle.
Yeah, so here's the thing. It wasn't like that the day before. The day that was changed because the day before, I don't know why everybody does this. They want the fucking river to go on the left and the right and in the most inconvenient ways possible. And but that wasn't the gripe. Nick was like, all this I brought all this beautiful terrain, all this beautiful line of sight blocking terrain. You didn't use none of it, Rob. And the wildest thing was it was me like looking down the line, table. I will just say it's table one. Table one was hot garbage, but I had personal reasons why it's hot garbage because
Okay,
I hate
why
the
why
river.
was it hot garbage?
Because the rivers,
Just the rivers.
just the rivers. So
What do
the
you what
rivers.
what do you not like about the rivers?
So Rob would lead you to believe that your opponents like to determine the terrain to be however they want it to be, and I tell Rob that is true. You can, but it never goes that way because every river I play on, every opponent I play against wants to make it difficult,
Yep,
and that's it.
that's
Yeah,
that's the right
and
answer.
Rob's like, no. He's like, you could do it open. I said, Rob, I said, no, nobody does it open. I said, one tournament, literally, I told Grayson flat out, I said, yo, I'm not playing it like this. I told him flat out, and he's like, well, then we're just gonna say it's open, no cover. And I was like, screw it, it's on my side, open, no cover. I was willing to take no cover just because I
So here's the thing about that.
no.
Okay, here's my question to you guys. Rivers and stairs. Do you think it's more difficult to go through a river and go upstairs, or to just run a straight line with nothing hindering you?
I feel like I'm having deja vu with this
Oh my,
conversation.
we have had,
Did we
we've
have this
had,
conversation
You
already?
we've
you
had,
asked that
yes,
same
for the
Did I-
thing
same,
did
for
I-
the
before.
same
Okay,
reason. And you know what I
because
told you?
because
I
hold on,
said,
hold
I
on.
said, no, I said it's a stream. I can
So
run through a
the
stream.
reason, and it's not particularly you, Jose. The reason why I bring it up because I have had opponents who, when it comes to stairways, just want to go up it like nothing, and I'm just like, why? It's difficult. It's always difficult to go up an incline. Like, why would you assume that you could just go right up, no problem? Like, no.
Well, I
And
think
so,
well the
go ahead.
stairs thing is funny too because there's actually no rules for stairs.
Sure.
Yep.
So anytime there's stairs on a height one train, that's a climb. It's
Yeah.
a climb to go on that height one train, regardless if there are stairs on the building or not. Unless you want to play a little differently, right? But that's like to the rules, right? There are no
Yeah.
stair rules in the Legion rule book. If it's height one, it's a climb to go on it. Like that's just how that is. Um, it's funny you went to here first because it's in my notes at the very bottom as
At the very bottom, he's got this long list.
as because I was going to talk about the only negative thing last, but you brought it up first, and not negative, I guess. But it was the hardest thing about VetFest for me,
Okay.
and it's no fault to anyone, but obviously, yes. Like I brought train for 6 tables, and the hardest thing about VetFest was seeing was everyone else set it up. I didn't get to set up my own tables. Everyone else set up my tables,
Right.
and that was hard for me.
They
That
set
was
him up
hard.
wrong.
And again, to each their own about setting up a table because everyone has their different, you know, ways of doing it. But it was funny because everything was all mixed up. Like stuff on one table belonged to another table. Like half of this table was over here, half was over there. And I guess two of the tables I lent to the tournament, so I guess even stuff got mixed up then and came to VetFest mixed up. And and then more stuff got mixed up afterwards because that's what they wanted to do, which again is fine. But that was the hardest thing for me to
Nick's
not.
at home crying as
That-
he's separating his stuff.
That was the hardest thing. Oh, I did. I already separated. I got all back together.
He's all cursing Rob as he's doing it.
He's
So
gonna
again-
do an LJ and do the freaking, what is it, the sheet on the top of the lid.
Yeah. So that was the hardest thing, seeing them all set up how I would not how
Wrong.
as again I won't say wrong. I won't say
I wouldn't say
wrong,
wrong either. It's
but-
a matter of perspective.
Not how I would have set up
Sure.
my tables. Yeah.
So go ahead, finish your thought.
Yeah. No. So it was fine, but I'm curious which table you thought was bad then, because it's not the one Jose mentioned.
Yeah, well, we'll let Jose finish his thought, and then we'll go to you, Nick, and then I'll
Yeah.
give my thoughts on it.
Yeah, so just that first table, and it was unanimous. Like people who like John looked at it, he's like, "What the hell's going on over there?" He waddled over there, and he's like, "This table's terrible." And not only was it the rivers, there was like hardly any line of sight blocking in the middle, even with the area rules. Like, and I'm sorry, Nick, I know you love these AMG fancy barricades, but that wall kit needs to just go in the garbage.
Oh, that was
Those-
the MVP.
No, it was not.
Oh, that was
That's
the MVP
so
piece.
Stupid. Like, look, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, they just want to get barricades off the table. Like these are barricades. These are fancy barricades. But it was bad. It was trash. But no, all the tables are great. And I'm gonna just say that the best 2 tables were the 2 tables that I own that had everything that has everything that goes to those sets
Mhm.
on the table.
Sure.
That me and John worked together to make the 2 best tables.
A little
But other
bias
than that,
there. So what-
Seven,
so
seven
gi-
other one.
Give me your letter grade.
Well, it can be 100% because one table was a dud.
Sure.
So we'll go ahead. I didn't even play on it, thank God. I will give it A minus.
All right, Nick, what's your take?
Yeah, so I gave a little bit of it already, and I don't, you
F.
we can complain about the Outer Rim Battles terrain pack, but it looked pretty nice on the table. It did look nice, I thought.
I
I thought
agree.
it looked pretty cool. I painted it up and got it on there. So it was nice to see it out on the table.
What's interesting is like when I came Friday, it was all together like in the middle of the map,
Yes.
and then the next
Which
day it was split up.
Yeah, and I thought it looked better altogether. It looked better altogether when it was all
Yeah.
one piece. It looked cool. Um, yeah, so no, so the tables were uh a super plus. I mean, of course they were amazing. All the terrain there was obviously very, handcrafted, painted with love. A lot of effort put into all of it. A lot.
We're not judging the aesthetics, Nick. We're
Oh
judging how
no.
You should have heard John.
he's on Nick's painting in the background. It's just so
No, dude.
beautiful.
We were. I asked Nick to bring because Rob likes my desert table with.
Mm.
There's these three big mud buildings that Nick did handcrafted, and apparently my desert setup with those three buildings, Rob like really likes that setup. And so John's like going through the box, and he's like, "What the hell is this? Who made this?" And it was like some like scratch built like rocks, and I was like, "Dude, Nick made that." He's like, "Oh, it's great."
That's hilarious. So
No, the setup on Seven was a little weird because and I guess on the not the final table, but the when he put the my Christmas table out,
He built it
um,
wrong.
he built it wrong. And
well,
again, I
okay,
feel bad saying that, but
what did he do? Okay, yeah, let's not do wrong.
not
What did he do
wrong,
differently
different,
that you was like,
exactly, not
yeah,
wrong, different.
As
He
he
did
grits his
he
teeth.
he did what you do, JR.
what's that?
He put all the big line sight blockers in the
In the
corner and
middle.
on the edge of the map.
Do I do that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
do.
always do that. Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's to not. Yeah, I guess I do a little
Yeah.
bit.
So
Makes sense.
that's just not how if you have a nice line of sight blocker, you've got to put somewhere where it's actually useful, not in
But
the corner.
I think what I liked the most is that like the way he was using area terrain was more in the middle of the map. And it was definitely a line of sight blocker because the new rules changed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially with because I know you used my crystal stuff for the Christmas table. And then I remember coming Friday and I was just like, man, these tables look really open. And he's like, what are you talking about, dude? There's a bunch of area terrain. And I looked again. I was like, it's so difficult to look at a table and forget that the area terrain are line of sight blockers. I'm just like, oh, Rob's right. There's definitely a LOS on this table. It's just to the eye, it doesn't look like it. But
Well, one thing I want to point out real quick, I did get a comment from our Bakersfield boy Grayson. He's like, "What is it with you guys? You guys like to put a big, I want to say, what did he say? Trying to think of the word. I'm gonna just paraphrase here because Grayson's a big white boy. A big honking piece of terrain in the middle of every map is
no, no,
I don't do that. I
I
don't do
disagree with
that.
Grayson 100% on that.
he had said that, and I was like,
There
when I
was
go to
one
Bakersfield, I
table.
gotta go see.
There's one table that had one big piece in the middle, and that was okay because it was the only table that had that uniqueness, and that's what I enjoyed. But I'm gonna let Nick finish his thought and give us a letter grade, and I'll go into what I think.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, it's still an A super plus.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think Rob did a great job doing the tables. At first, I thought they were a little bit too open, but then when you pointed out the area terrain, I was like, oh, you know what? You're totally right. There's enough LOS. The one I didn't like was that ship you have that's on the dock bay. I just felt like because that was a table that didn't have a lot of LOS in my opinion. Again, the air train made it more LOS, but I just felt like that was such in a weird spot. Thank God I didn't play on it. Like I think that was my only like table I
Even
didn't
if you
like.
did, you had
But,
aquas
but true, and I'm not saying it was good or bad for my list, right? I'm just saying like I
in
just didn't.
general.
It just looked weird to me in that position, but I think it was just because as I was eyeing the table, I was like, okay, how can I make advantage of each terrain in my favor? But it wasn't a bad table, right? It was just my perspective of the table being bad, right? Um, but what I like what Rob did was that there were some tables with a lot of LOS. You know, you had buildings everywhere. There were some tables that were a little bit more open. There was some that had there was like one that had one in the middle, a big ol' LOS, and then there was a middle some that had a little bit of more LOS on one side and a little bit open on the other. I think that's great. I think that's what every tournament should be is a combination of open tables, heavy LOS, combination of the both. Because if your list gets screwed on a open table and your list doesn't do well, it's not the table's fault. It's your list fault, right? And if you got a table that's in your favor that has a heavy LOS, then you're gonna be static. I don't like to gripe on tables that have a variety of tables. I just don't like it when it's all one or nothing. Like if it's all the tournament's all open, that's just gunline tournament then, or all heavy LOS. All right, that's just rushing list. So I think Rob did a good job filling in a little bit of variety of everything. I know some people had some gripes about others, but it's hard to make tables, whether you like it or not. I know we can't all be pros like Nick, make the perfect table, right? But
you should do a paper with the diagram, Nick.
Yeah.
Building A goes right here. Building C goes over here. These bushes, 1-3A go over here, and then have like a little treasure map.
To be honest, there's nothing really too I'm trying not to use the word wrong. There's nothing really wrong with the way he set him up. That, to be honest, that didn't bother me all that much. It was just what bothered me so much was that the stuff was not the way it was supposed to be. Like I had these neat little colander rocks, right?
Yeah.
Those are supposed to be on the area train. But they were just out there. And again, that's fine. They could be used that too. But like that's what they were for. Those were to be on the area train to make line stop blocking area train. Right? That's like their purpose. But they were just out there without the area train.
What was on the area train?
He didn't have it. It wasn't out. So
okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Things got mixed up. Things were pulled from one box and used from another box, and things were still in the boxes. So, and again, not like it was just it was different. He was doing his thing, totally fine. But as a person that owns it and like has a vision for it, obviously, I noticed that.
Sure. I did like what he did to my ender table. I never seen someone stack so many like trees up. Like it looked really good, and I'm hoping because I never got to play on that table, people use that table and being in advantage spots. Because like I definitely think you had higher than height 5 on that table, and it looked really cool, like really neat. So my letter grade would definitely be an A minus. Minus because you made me take a table home. Like I wish I never brought the table then. I didn't want to bring another table, but that's a small gripe. But yeah, all the tables I think look amazing. I think you did a good job, Rob. And definitely go check out Andrew's channel, YouTube, Imperial Goldfish. I'll have that linked in the description when I post this, because you can see 5 of the tables on the stream. Yeah, 5. So definitely check those out. But yeah, overall, we pretty good. So let's go ahead and start diving into our games. Jose, let's get your experience, how your games went, and like how you felt about your list coming out of it. Because the last episode we went over our list, what our game plan was, and now that the tournament is over, how do you overall feel about everything?
And we're not doing like full battle reports, right?
No.
Just some recaps. Okay.
Yeah, cliff notes.
I'm just
Cliff
gonna
notes,
skim
cliff notes.
Just skim through my games.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I never take a list to a tournament that you've never played before.
I do that all the time.
Okay. Yeah.
All the time.
I'm gonna get on your case, just like I get on John's case, and I'm gonna get on anyone's case that doesn't do this. You gotta put the practice in. You got to. If you have a good idea for a list, you got to put the practice in. The end.
What I should have did was I should have brought Anakin Pikes, and that would have been fine. Because that's a list. That's my baby. I would have had no problem. But no. So, the list basically was I got tired. Like I said last cast, I got tired of taking 4 wounds and then having a unit gutted, which was cool because with this list I could take 4 wounds and it didn't matter. Made playing it a lot better. But no, so it's a lot of stuff to be moving around, which I got to get faster at, which I need to practice on that one.
Especially since you're running a bunch of super squad B1s because
it's
the cohesioning takes up time, man.
Well, it's not even just that. It was it was that on top of never playing the list, so not knowing where I need to be, what I need to do, where I need to go. It was kind of just like, oh, do I really want to put this here? Do I really? I kind of got so at the end of the day, I got most comfortable in my third game because I'd already had those stumbling steps, which was funny because my third game basically was my where I got the furthest in the game within the allotted time, which was round four. Um, but other than that, no, it was good. So takeaways from the list. Invasion Force really needs two tac droids. It is so hard to protect a single tac droid when you got speeders with extra moves coming at you.
Well, how many times did the
Uh,
tech droid get killed
w-
in your 3 games?
once heavily wounded two times,
Okay.
killed once.
Mhm.
But both of the times that he almost got killed, well, for the one time he got killed was by what is it? The strike and fade bikes. And it was just like I could not run away, I could not get away, I couldn't like I was using repair bots to keep him alive. Like that's
Sure.
how bad it was.
Mhm.
And it was just with those speed bikes, there was nowhere I could hide. They could hop on stuff, speed around corners.
What about
with
backup?
that,
Did you use backup?
yeah. But the thing is, those bikes get into two, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
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 Like strike and fade puts you either into ready for the next shot after you've already shot him, and keep realistically 3 bikes going in on a tac droid. I mean, backup's only going to do 6.
Sure.
It's up to the tac to roll the rest, which he did like a champ.
Mhm.
But it was just there was no running away from the horseman, which made it very difficult. But I'll get to that later. But anyways, no. So, uh, changes to the list I'm making. Dumping the E5Cs for the rad cannons. I'm scrapping the medic droids that I had on the small units, and scrapping the medic droids, scrapping the comms jammers allowed me to get a second tac droid, which is gonna help me on the split maps because I was realizing that too. Like having Indomitable's good, but the lack of the Courage 2 bubble, like I get peeled off of POIs even if I don't want to because I can get panicked with just 2 shots.
How did the comm jammer work out for you?
None of my opponents needed orders.
Yeah. Yep.
I played against my first game was against Empire, which it was Iden, Callusless, and you know how stingy they are with their orders.
Mhm.
My second game was against Blizzard Force. They didn't care about orders, and the things that did need orders were nowhere near me to get them. And then my third game was against Rebels, which had Ahsoka, Operative Ahsoka, Commander Leia, and Commander Han. They don't care about orders. Like they want their orders for themselves. Leia's
Sure.
not throwing orders up front, and Han is Han. So that's what made me drop those points off. It was 35, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, 30 points of just uselessness. I thought about maybe doing the one where you can get sharpshooter on them. But once again, there'd be no point because even if I'm getting ready to cover, I'm still throwing white dice. Like
Yeah.
it's really not going to matter. So changing the list is just picking up another tag droid, adding rad cannons, and then adding the pilot onto the AAT.
Can
Yeah.
I make a suggestion?
Yeah,
Drop the whole list.
stop it.
So
Uh,
I no no real quick. You know why I'm saying that? And of course it's always hard to tell somebody else their play style. But Jose, that list is not your play style. I was so surprised you bought that list. I'm surprised that you even like it. That's not you.
so here's
That's not
here's
you.
here's why I like it. I lost in 3 games of Legion. I only lost 3 B1 squads the entire
But
day.
did you have? I don't know if you had as much fun as you normally do, though.
No, so I was having a blast. Dude. It's really fun to play. I know you're used to me like running in and just steamrolling with shotguns and armor and sabers and Anakin and even when I play Empire, Vader and all this stuff, but like this was a breath of fresh air. and it did what I wanted it to do. It made my opponent like I every game I had, like for instance my first game, it took 3 speeder bikes to just kill one B1 squad, and it took 2 rounds to do it. So to me, it's like if you're investing 100x points, almost 200 points to kill a 97 point unit, that's a trade I'll take all day. Grayson in our game used two dark death troopers, and I was averaging only losing 3 models per shot.
I
And
I
at a certain point, like what did me in this tournament was the lack of being able to get my courage across the board. I found out that we even though we get a field commander, we don't get the access to the bonus of that. And yeah, field commander, you don't get the access to the courage for that.
I don't
Um,
deny that's good. I don't deny that you like didn't lose models. To play that list, you're not playing Legion. You're just playing blob objectives.
and that's the funny thing is, this is where adding the second tac droid is what the band-aid I need, is because game three, my second game, I had the center point on lock and everything was good until my tac droid got picked up. Once my tac droid got picked up, it didn't matter that I had 5 blobs on the center point because they're all panicked. It didn't matter. Like at that point, like I can't do nothing. Um, no. So what I liked is I was keeping tabs of everything across my games. In volume B1s, I was averaging about 3.5 B1s a shot. And many of my opponents are like, oh my, like, dude, third game, Michael ran out there, rushed a squad of freaking sleeper cell, only killed 8 models.
Overcosted.
He killed 8 models, and
That's what
and
honestly, that's what I like about your list, Jose. Is it soaks up damage. You just have to endure,
no,
right?
no, and the best part was the return fire was 2 barrage AAT shots that knocked that model down to 1.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like so lack of courage bubble is a problem. So
But here's the thing, though. If you have a face-up order, I guess the suppression does matter. Even if you have the daisy chain going all the way across the table, then suppression would matter. Yeah, I guess you're right.
no, it wasn't. It was after the activated is when I was getting pelted. Because the difference of having a commander, even this the tag droid alive, is they need 4 suppression to panic
True.
after. And if you rewatch the game with me and Brett, um, he just had 2 suppression on everything in that middle point.
What?
And
Well, speaking
and
of that, on that game, I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish your thought. But why did you shoot at the tank if you weren't going to commit to it?
I got overconfident. What happened was mathing everything out. I was averaging 1.5 crits a shot from the B1s. And so I got the crits off on the AAT after I lobbed that big old barrage into it. He just kept saving.
Sure. I
And at
just
the
again, we were just watching the game, so we're on the outside looking in, and that's totally, different perspective. But yeah, I saw a bunch of wounds on the ATST, and I was like rooting for you. Come on, Jose, finish it off, and you just
so
stop shooting at it.
no. So once again, this is what leads to the change in the AAT. The AAT needs the pilot simply because I'm only able to get the extra aim on the transponder by switching to the pilot and swapping out transponder for
Link target
um
array.
link targeting array. Now I can. The problem with the AT was the AT had all that damage, or the ATSC had that damage from an armor piercing shell and artillery cannon. The problem was I couldn't get the reload and the aim off at the same time.
But okay,
Had
go ahead. Sorry, finish your thought.
Yeah, because that one shot was 6 crits.
So my opinion on the AAT is you take one missile and that one missile goes off turn one, which is probably the high velocity shells. After that, you're not shooting that missile ever again. In the rare cases, rare situations, because I think after turn one, Every turn thereafter, you're barraging.
Yes, and that was the plan. But when I laid into that AAT for 8, the plan was now let's see if the B1s can just get the crits off to get it down, and then I can slide on to the third point and knock off the HRUs. And it sucks because it was B1 activation, shoot, one crit, block. B1 activation, shoot, crit. Like, even on stream it happened. I got two crits and he blocked them both.
Mm,
And it's like, damn it, dude. Like I 100%, but like I say, once again, it was just like still trying to figure out what I need to do with this list.
sure.
Um, but yeah, no. So learning pains for sure. But anyways, so yeah, so game one was cool. It was research, and let me just skim over it quick. It was research for Grayson. It was recover. Oh yeah, it was research, sweep and clear, and and I had ordnance and he had cunning, which is I like sweep and clear because my units are meaty, so he's not really scoring off of that too much. He did kill the AAT, which that game my AAT didn't want to save. Like Grayson laid into it, first shot, 3 wounds. Second shot, 3 wounds. I'm just like, I can't do nothing about that. Like my
Right.
red save just weren't there, which made put the bad taste in my mouth for the repair bots. I'm like, even if I'm repairing, if he's averaging 3, he's gonna get it eventually.
Right.
Um, so that's a 44 point sink in itself. But no, I ended up losing 8-2 just because like I could not get to the points. Because the thing is with research, a lot of times you have two options for research. You want to cover 3 on the flat, or you want to cover 3 in a diamond. And since the game has came out, I've been obsessed with trying to capture the center on my side, my right side home, and their top right side or their left side, and
Mhm.
getting that diamond. With the AET alive, I had the reach to do it. It just didn't go that way. So I realized that in trying every game I've tried to do the triangle maneuver on research, I always lose. But I'm afraid to go wide for 3 because I can't stretch with this list like I'd want to. So I ended up losing.
What objectives are you playing?
And research where it's 3 on the top, 3 on the
No,
bottom.
what objectives are you playing? Research?
Oh, research and sweep and clear.
No, no, no. What ones are in your deck?
Oh, and my deck? Well, I changed it, but for the deck I had over there, it was where is it at? Um, was it that one? Nope. So that one was it was recon, bring them to heal, which was a bad idea,
No,
and that's why I took that one out.
your objectives. I want to know your objectives.
Oh, close the pocket, intercept, and recover.
So I feel like definitely close the pocket. Um, yeah. What's the other one? Shifting priorities would have been
Can't
good.
do it. They'll run a unit off by itself. It'll just get panicked.
And then the last one, intercept signal would probably be good. The reason why I say that is because in those objectives, you only have to fight for half of the POIs. Close the pocket, you take one side, and then you fight for the middle. Shifting priorities, you fight for the 3 on your side or the left side if it's more favorable to you. And then intercept signal, you only have to take one side and then protect your own POI, and then you win on kill points, right? If it comes to that. Then you're more centerized around keeping your B1s all together and keeping the daisy chain going. And you have so much bodies and so much HP that your opponent, you'll probably kill more acts on their side than they'll kill of yours, right? Unless they're getting your T series or your AAT, the B1s are just soaking up damage.
Yeah, no. So Grayson played for the AAT. He snuffed the AAT first chance he got.
Sure.
But yeah, no. The reason I don't go to shifting is because it's easy for you to just carry off a B1, and then you're just gonna panic at the whole game, and I lose an act that way the whole game.
But that'd be okay, right? Because if they're committing to your 3, that's an act that you can delete a lot sooner than they can delete your act, right?
See, the thing is, like,
And since you're running super squads, you have the range 1 for cohesion, so you can daisy chain all day, right? And then your courage bubble 2 is a lot closer because you're committed to only one side.
yeah, no, I get that. And the thing about that, I don't know. I'll have to try research, but or not research. I'll try recover, but I'm not sold on it. Um, and
Shifting.
then
Yeah.
yeah, shifting. But anyways, Grayson took that one. I started off decent, but I couldn't really do nothing. But it wasn't even a kill point game either. He just killed only 289 points, and most of that was AAT.
Yeah.
Game two was on stream. It was against Brett Wright.
Half a game.
Hilarious, dude.
Half a
Huh?
game.
Half a game.
Why
Hilarious.
was it
Well, the
half a
thing
game?
is,
Because it's 2 turns.
it was three. No, we got to three. We got to the end of three. No, we got to the end of three. Um, so you must have watched that game on mute because of much we were cussing and saying innuendos and everything.
It was earmuffs.
So anyways, me and Brett played and it was we did close the pocket, we did recon. I had ordnance, he had ordnance. That was a game where I was caught off guard. Rob graciously worked with Andrew to put me on the stream table. Um, and I'll tell you right now, Andrew did a phenomenal job streaming the game. I was just terrible this whole thing, and it's weird because I not knowing how to play this list, like I said, added to me being slow. But what also made me slower was I get nervous when people are watching me.
Okay.
So for anybody who's watching the stream, you can hear me. I'm talking, trying to like settle my nerves, and then I'm clacking dice together, and I'll start talking, start rolling the dice again, stop talking, and then it's just 3 minutes of me just trying to roll a dice because I'm nervous. My hands were sweaty. It was gross. And then Brett was like really cool about it. He was like laughing and shooting the poop with me. But in that game, it was close until it wasn't.
Sure.
I think at one point we had it 3-4. He was up by one, and then once we got to the last part of the game, he panicked everything in the middle. I couldn't. I should have stalled him on the right side with the AAT. At least I wouldn't have gave up the point, but I didn't do that either. And it was just mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. Even something that would have drove me crazy is turn one. I wanted to see what I could do with the full B1 squad into a open speeder bike.
Mhm.
And basically ripped a bike out of the unit just for him to heal it back on. And then because of my efforts, he then annihilated that unit within the first turn.
Like wiped it.
Wiped it.
So he shot multiple things at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was three it was two speeder bikes and an AT like or ATST, but it soaked the damage, but I shouldn't have did that in hindsight. I should have kept back and just because I had a line of sight blocker, I should have just waited it out. Um, did not. I was so paranoid about the flamethrowers. I was basically trying to kite them in, and he just wasn't giving it. He wasn't committing. So the whole time I'm stalling activations, trying to get him to bring him forward before so I can engage him safely, just wasn't happening. Veer's guidance on the ATST is wild, like the standby, and that's another thing. I got to get it into my head. Part of it that slowed me down was you want to be cagey when you got five models to protect.
Mm.
Every shot Brett took, I was like, well, how many can you see? How many can you see? Is like not enough that you have to worry because I can't. He's like, I only shoot six dice. And I
Right.
was just stuck every time. How many taking? How many taking? How many taking? How many? Even with and this is a part that I messed up on as well. The ATST standby. He only had the six dice. I should have just popped it, and went on my merry way.
Yeah. Like
I had a
like
full
kill it.
squad. I should have just
Yeah.
popped it and kept going
Yeah.
because he was right there for line of sight blocking. But it's just little mistakes like that, like from not playing a list, not understanding what you're using. Nick is 100% right. This list is not me. It's not what I do. But this is a list that I had a blast playing. It was B1 models. It was a tank. Like I loved it, and this is
Hey,
definitely
I
hey,
you're
hey, hey. Nick, you always say the goal is to have fun. It's not about winning or losing. You got to be eating your words here.
he's not you're gonna get bored of it. You'll get bored.
no.
I think that's every list though. Every list you
No,
get bored of.
this one especially. Again, you don't even play Legion with this list.
You
You're
know,
just globbing object. You like to play Legion. You like to play Legion. You like to shoot
he's taken
things
a
and
B1
stuff.
fatty list before.
Not like this though. And
He had
and
two less acts.
this list is purely blob objectives.
It's a
It's nothing else. You're not you're objective playing every activation every second of the game.
But ain't that
It's
what
a
you ain't that what you're supposed to be doing? Winning
but
the
that's not what you
objectives?
do. That's not what you do. You like
No,
to
I
roll
get that.
dice.
I get that.
You
And
like
that's
to
and
do
that's where
different things.
that's where you're misunderstanding. This list is slot machine of dice, Nick. It's essentially two Z6s and three clones. It's 16 dice. The lowest die I ever shot through the day was 4, and that was coming from the 6-man squad that I was down to a unit leader and a sniper. Regardless, I love the list. I'm not even don't listen to Nick. It's gonna take
You
me
listen to Daddy Nick, okay?
it's gonna take me a while to get this list in tune because remember, Nick, the Anakin list I play is hours and hours and hours and tuning and tuning and tuning, rendition after rendition. And let's be real, JR, I haven't even ran the Anakin Pike list in New Legion. So I don't even
Sure,
know if I'm good in this Legion with it. I
sure.
know I'm good in the old Legion, but I don't know if I'm
Mhm.
good in this Legion. So I might have to do another 30-minute, 30-hour session
You
of
just need to practice. That's all you need to
and
do.
that's what this list is.
Yeah.
So in saying that, I'm definitely gonna work with JR to tune the play style because I know me and JR have different list likes that we have. But the thing that I can take away from practicing with JR is just tuning the unit play style. And I think that that's one thing that I'm gonna take advantage of that he offered to help. Also, I'm gonna make it a point to try to get the Bakersfield tournaments off. So that's 3 games in a tournament setting. We're gonna do our Legion Lads tournaments here. I'm hoping to have 30, 15 to 30 games under my belt before I head to LVO.
That a boy.
You're
And
not
this
taking this
this
list to LVO.
Jared, what did I tell you I was doing this year?
Taking this list to LVO.
Okay.
No.
And so
Hold on,
this
hold on. Is this a bet opportunity right here, Nick? Is this a bet opportunity?
don't do it, Nick. You're gonna lose. I'm taking
Oh,
this to LVO.
Nick. Come on, Nick.
Um,
Put something on the line. Are we building
so
lists here?
then so then So then, full on collapse, scoring collapse at the end of that second game. Third game, I go up against Mike and I killed myself. No bad part on Mikey. Mikey is the greatest person in the world. This was a payback game from my first game in New Legion, where I took 2 AATs and smoked everything. And Jared watched his white dice fail, watched High Velocity eat everything up, and by the time I was done with Mike in that game, he had 3 things on the table. That being said, this was a beautiful vengeance game for Mike. The thing that sucks is with Mike, I got what I needed to win, and I ruined it for myself. So we got recover, I know we got intercept and recon, and I just GR's done this to me so many times, and I still fall for it. GR knows that when I get set on trying to kill something, I will screw over any chance I have at winning an objective just because I said I'm gonna kill this thing. So Han wandered off to the right side of the board. I shouldn't have went there. I shouldn't have went there. I should have left it alone. Leave Han alone.
Yes.
Don't pay attention to Han.
You know why? Because even if Han was fighting you, he only picks up 2 models every time he attacks. That's not enough to kill your
I didn't
team.
care about that. I wanted to take him off the table.
You took the bait. You took the bait.
Exactly.
He's not
And
important.
that And that's why when me and you play and you set up those stupid standbys and you put that bait piece when I don't go for him, you're like, oh crap, he didn't go for it. I know
Yeah.
better with you. But with Mike, I'm like, I'm gonna kill this son of a he's dead. Back up. Oh, I failed the roll. Oh, I roll again. Blocked it. I'm like, this is fucking it's maddening. It's mad Han being alive had me so irked that I divided my army.
Oof.
One half of the army was going to score an objective over here while I committed this other army to destroying Han, which allowed me to misplay on the AAT. I've never played Recon. I don't play Recon a lot. I put it in the deck because JR said, "Hey, play Recon." I did not know that Recon hands out or observation tokens.
Yep.
Two, I did not know that Recon scores after that unit goes.
Yep.
So I missed the recon score 2 of those 4 rounds.
Reading the card tells you about the card.
I don't want to read. Biggest irk thing ever. But so the game with me and Mike, and here's what hurts. The game with me and Mike ended 8-6. Had I scored those 2 recons, it's 8-8. Had I not worried about messing with Han, I probably kill more stuff.
Yeah.
Because AAT just sits in the middle, moves up, and starts blowing everything away.
Well, that's a prime example of your game against Brett. Like, you had so many wounds on the ATST that I wanted you to finish it because you had already committed to shooting
Yeah.
at it. But because you wasted all those shots that could have killed other things. Like, that's why I personally don't like to
I
shoot at Armor
panicked,
5.
dude. I
Sure,
panicked so
sure.
hard.
Sure, the pressure of the stream, does add up. But like, if you shoot at the Armor 5 unit, you need to commit unless it's the only thing that you're able to shoot at, because you could kill anything else.
Yeah, no. So ended up taking a donut at the event. Had a blast doing it. Overall, keep in mind, out of 1,000 point army, how many points do you think I lost of that army in 3 games?
Like overall or per game?
In 3 games total, how many out of 1,000 points?
I think you lost about 200.
I wish. I lost 289 in one game. I lost 75 in one game. And I lost 153 in one game. And I lost.
Yeah, well, because
So
And it was
just like Nick said, that list is meant to play the objective, and you like to kill things.
and it's a brain thing I got to turn off and switch on
Yep.
something else.
so what's the bet that
So,
you're not going to bring this to LVO because you're not?
so no.
Oh,
So I am, and I am going to
okay,
kill
hold on,
things.
hold on. Let's
So
let's
it's the
let's
bet.
let's, let's
Okay,
make the
go.
bet. Okay,
That's a bet. You're
so
not bringing 8 super squads of
Not
V1
not
to
8
LVO.
super. No. Hold on. This is only 6 supers. I'm
Or
taking 8
6.
B1 activations,
I think
but
you
only
should take
6
8,
supers.
but that's
Nope.
neither my here nor there. So the bet will be after LVO, the next Legion Labs tournament you go to, you have to bring a list that the other person makes for you. How's that?
No, I want to build. If you guys are betting on me, I want to build it.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah.
If you take this list to LVO, then like when Nick goes to the next Legion Lads tournament, you get to make his list.
Oh, the
And
list is already made.
And
But
vice versa. He
I'm
gets to make
counting
yours.
8 I'm counting 8 super squad B1s in your
That-
list.
I'm
two of
not-
them. Two of them have
2 of them are
the
regular.
snipers.
2 of them regular. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Two regular
right,
snipers.
gotcha.
Which
But-
realistically, I don't. With 8 super squads, I can't. I'm not. I don't want to do that because with
Dude, 8 super squads of rat cannons? Oh man, that
Yeah.
would be amazing.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
not bringing this list to LVO.
Okay, is that the deal? Is that the bet?
So that I was reading. So was the bet that we just get to make each other's lists?
Yeah, for the next Legion Lads tournament that comes up.
Okay.
Okay, after LVO, obviously.
So,
Alright.
so that being said, here's the tweaks I made to the list, and I'll shut up. So I'm doing 2 T series, both with inspiring presence and prepared supplies, just for point filler. 6 super squad B1s with rad cannons, 2 B1s regular with E5S. I might swap that to something else. I just like a little range 4 poke to pick off standbys. And then an AAT battle tank with series pilot, link targeting array, high energy shells, and armor piercing shells. And that's 999 points.
I think you should
and
just
it's
drop.
11 activations.
I think you should just take one shell and it should be high velocity.
There's nothing else I want to put in anything.
Well, that's because I mean, we could find space, right? You can
I
find.
like I like having an armor answer in case I need it.
Do you though?
I mean, that tank doesn't have those wounds if I don't.
I mean,
So
do you
if
need
I
to
would have
shoot at
committed,
armor 5? Is there any
yeah,
scenario
I'm
that
gonna
needs to
want
shoot
to
at some?
remove. So let's go. Aquas are gonna be around.
But you
We're
okay?
gonna.
Hold on. High velocity shell still has critical 1 on it.
I have to
Your
roll.
other 4 dice has critical 2 and impact 1. So you still have a high chance. I want to say high, but still good chance of getting crits through.
I
And
feel.
and aquas have armor 2.
Yes, but with the armor piercing shells, it's impact 5.
Eh, yeah, because I think armor piercing shell is
It's
3.
impact 5, and it's impact 5, 4 red, 3 black, critical 2, and it's gonna have an aim on top of it.
But
So my whole
when you barrage, you're gonna get at least 1 through because it's impact 1, and then obviously, hopefully, you roll
I'd
surges to get the
rather make
critical.
them. I want them to roll as many dice as with aquas. I need to pick up as many models in one shot as I can,
Sure.
and that's what I like
Okay,
doing.
then take off
Targeting.
high velocity shells.
So I like that for rebel scum like Nick.
Like, yeah. All right,
You know
fair.
how
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
you think I'm picking up 7 models from a freaking
And
from a
Nick's opinion,
hold on.
you just shoot at them when they don't go yet.
No, hold on. Do you think I'm picking up 7 models, 6 models out of a sleeper squad without barrage and high velocity?
If you barrage a sleeper cell, they dodge one. That's 3 coming through. They get the really heavy cover, so there's that spike could happen.
And they get to
But that's
dodge back.
2 suppression, which arguably is the most important thing.
I'd
Whereas
rather just
whereas just 1 suppression, so you could get a really good shot. Sorry,
really good shit on.
shot off with a high dice count and maybe kill a lot more dudes, or you can potentially spike and then get at least 2 suppression on.
My thing is the unit the AAT provides is just a what's the word I'm looking for? A Swiss Army knife. I have everything I need in one pocket in case I need it. I may never see armor through the whole tank, which I doubt it, because the amount of rebels that bring RTs, the amount of rebels that bring that bring the buses, like I don't want to deal with that. A armored shot from an AAT is a broken bus.
That's right.
It and I'd rather deal with that. See, that armored shot that put 7 onto the ATST doesn't break the ATST because ATST's breakpoint's 8. That armored shot onto a bus breaks it. And sometimes that's all you need. But regardless, I'm just panning for everything. Like the rad cannons are there now because if I'm gonna play these objectives and I got to get onto them and play them aggressively, why not guarantee 2 hits, or at least mainly guarantee 2 hits, and then
I wouldn't worry about it too much, put much thought into it.
and then guarantee the wounds. This is just I need access to just reworking this list. I feel like this list is in a better spot. Also because I get the act back. It's weird. Even at 10 acts, I was getting pass tokens. It's
Yeah.
mind-boggling. Like it's crazy to me that I was getting pass tokens. So this new rendition allows me to take off useless points and then get me a second tack, which if I ever need to split up, courage is no longer an issue. And if I ever get into the point where I'm losing attack, I could just turn all the guns on whatever chased the first tack down because the second tack now has to live at all costs. So I think this is a better rendition of the list. I'm like I said, Nick, I hate to break it to you. I am taking the Salvio. I'm dead set on taking the Salvio.
Well, we got the bet in, so we'll see.
And I'm gonna be training with the CIS guru himself. So he might just create a mini JR, and then you have to deal with that.
That'd be the best. You just rock it in with B1s. So overall, you had a good time though. Vet Fest.
I had a blast. The Bakersfield boys came down. They luckily they've come down to all of our mini events and they've walked away with all the first place trophies. Luckily, JR was able to stop that in its tracks. You have them shaking in their little space boots. You got them screaming "No more Geo" in their chat. Join the Bakersfield boy chat, bro.
I
They're
have it.
screaming
I am. I
"No
am.
more Geos, no more Geos." Like you have Zach's traumatized. Grayson
Sure,
needs to
sure.
show me on the doll where they touched him. It's hilarious. But no, great event. Roman throws a great event. Rob stellar with the judge calls. I apologize for getting snippy with them during our game.
It
I
happens,
think you
man.
missed it, but me and Brett were talking, and then
No,
Rob walks
everyone
over.
saw it. Everyone saw it.
Rob walks over there, and I'm like, "We didn't,
Literally
we don't."
everyone.
I was like, so the funny thing is, it came off really mean, but I wasn't meaning it mean. I was jokingly like saying it, but I was like, after Rob walked away, I'm like, damn, I came off like such an asshole right now.
Wait, I think
Because
I missed this. What
so what
happened?
happened was,
It's on the stream.
so
It's
yeah, no,
on
no.
stream. You
So
can watch it.
what happens is you know that call where it's like, can you go under something? It's like as long as your silhouette isn't touching, you can go
Sure.
under it.
Yeah.
Me and Brett were talking about that, and then Rob walks over and he's like, "What's going on?" I looked at Rob. I said, "Did we call you?" I told him like that, and then Brett kind of like has a smile because dude, the whole stream, me and Brett are like ribbing on Rob. We're like talking about tipping over train. Oh, that you robbed it, and we were just like nipping at him. But he comes
Rob,
over.
if you ever listen to these, man, keep up the good work. I know we give you a lot of shit,
No,
but
and
just
that's why
keep
I'm
it up, man. Keep it
apologizing
up.
because
Yeah.
he came over and then I was like, "Did we call you?" He's like, "Well, I'm just double checking. Don't you want to judge?" I'm like, "No, we'll call you if we need one." I said it rudelier than that, but it wasn't from a place of like, "You go sit down." It was joking around like, "Did we call you?" Like
I think I scarred you from the
sarcasm.
time when you went to LVO and the judge needed a pointer laser and I gave it to him and you're just
Oh
like that worked
God.
against you. And I think that gave you PTSD.
So Rob walks back and he's talking under his breath. I'm like, whatever. And then I rewatched the stream and the way Andrew cut it was crazy because you see me doing the measuring, and
Mhm.
then Rob's like, I don't think he can get on top of that building, but I can't tell from up here. And then Andrew's like, well, I think they're talking about it. And he's like, I wonder if they're gonna call me. And I'm still measuring and we're talking about it, and Rob's like, yeah, I'm gonna go over there and see if they need me in the nicest way possible. And then Andrew flips to the hot mics, and I'm like, "It's quiet. Did we call you?" It was. It made me look so bad. And Rob, if you watch this, dude, it was not meant as like a jerk moment. It was literally me and him were having fun. We were talking. We were shooting the shit, and like I was saying that in like sarcasm. I didn't mean it in any malicious way. But then Rob goes back to the table, and he's like, ooh, well, what's the point of having it? He said something, and then it just was it. Like that's that, and then you sat down at the table. So
Okay.
props to Rob. Like I said, Rob, love you to death, bro. It was a joke. I was not being, I wasn't trying to be malicious with it. But
Next year you'll be the head judge.
oh, at our event, yeah, yeah, and I'll make sure Rob loses all the calls. But no, awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Rob, for everything. The judge calls you did were amazing. And once again, can't say it enough. Imperial Goldfish, Andrew's amazing. Uh, he did this for us, and we can't say thank you enough. Got to hang out with him after, share some cool stories, hear everything. You know, him talk. I forget sometimes he's a player. So hearing him talk about, playing, it's like, oh, crazy. Like he does, I forget he plays. He's always streaming, so you don't really see him. I've never really seen him play except for at the Tracy event.
Mhm.
So for him to come out, hang out, dude, you're amazing. Keep doing the work you do, and I promise, Andrew, I will get faster for LVO.
All right. Nick, how about you, man? How did you do at FS?
Yeah, I've had a good time. I took my Highlander list for Rebels. Um, so I went 1 and 2, which was good. I had fun. I lost my first game, which was the best. That's always a perfect way to start. That's how you know you're gonna have a good day when you lose your first game.
Do you ever get
Uh,
like upset though when you lose that first? I know you don't get upset that like it puts
no,
you in a relaxation, but like the game wise, like you're just like, man, I should have won that. Like you could have won it. You know what I mean?
but even then, I'll say, but I lost, and that's better.
Ah, okay, sounds good.
He doesn't
I
get a
mean,
hard game too.
well, no, it doesn't escalate what you're trying to accomplish then, right?
Right.
Then you're just having fun at that point. So you're not even worrying about it.
Sure,
So
sure.
so I because you may not know it, but I can be a competitive person. I just try not to be. So if I lose the first game, then it doesn't even enter the mindset then.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about this the other day. I go, if we ever have you make me a list and I just go 0 and 3 in it, I am then gonna be convinced that you're just another version of me who loves chaos. That's that's what I would be convinced by. So go ahead.
So I did lose my first game. I did get play against Zach against his Wookiees. It was a fun game. It was a real fun game. Um, you know, for me, I made a couple of mistakes, but nothing like too huge. Like mistakes on both players, right? Like when I had Jin get shot through area train, right? And it's like those rules are still so new. I haven't played many games under those rules, and you just don't think about it. That Jin's on the other side of the area train, and he shot her, and like wasn't until like a turn later, I was like, oh, like you shouldn't be able to shoot her because that's line of sight blocking. So little things like that, but that game I could not save anything. Oh gosh, I didn't make a save until the end of turn two. So it kind of went bad a little early. Yeah, like my Mandos never did I roll, never did I not lose a guy rolling my Mando saves. Also, so just lost Mandos real quick. Um, and then I thought maybe
You
I
didn't
I
have
thought
shields?
no, by dodges.
Okay.
I wasn't rolling a lot of dice. I'm talking about like rolling two dice and failing one, rolling three dice, or even in the danger sense turn, rolling three dice for two and failing two. So I never, I just couldn't. It's not like they were getting shot a ton,
Mhm.
just rolling a couple dice and I failed one. You know,
So rolling average pretty much.
yeah, that's an average, right? Because surging red saves,
Sure, sure,
but
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Um, I thought it was going to start well for me because I had three good shots on one of his fluttercrafts. In turn one, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be able to kill a fluttercraft. Nope. Nope. He rolled like 50% on his cover saves and then rolled like really good on his saves. So like three good shots and fluttercraft, I only did three wounds. I was like, oh, darn. It's like that should, I was like, oh, I thought I could have killed it. So it didn't start well, but um, overall, it was a fun game. Right away, I noticed, I was playing Ahsoka. I was trying to keep her cheap. I needed force push. Like force push would have made such a difference if I would have had it.
So do you like her now? No.
Well, I mean, she's definitely better because she's lower points. You could put force. I think you have to take force push though, even though she does have mastery,
Yeah.
because it was noticeable. There was a couple points in the game. It's like, oh, if I had it here, I could just push his Wookiees off the
Does she have a recover card?
She
She has
does.
one.
Doesn't she
has
have
one.
charge?
She does.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like with charge and relentless, it makes the recover action a lot more doable because you can recover, move, attack.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one thing I noticed after that game. It's like, oh, like I didn't pay the points for it. It's like, probably should have because it would have helped. But yeah, he won that game. It was a fun game. First time using dug in. I dug in on vets, dug in on my Mark II, dug in on my FD cannon.
And
So first game. So it's actually kind of funny. This whole tournament, maybe not the best sample size for this because the first game playing his Wookiees that all have sharpshooter.
oh yeah.
But I still got to give it credit. So Duggan helped for sure. They definitely stayed on the table way longer without it, right?
Yeah.
No question. But I didn't feel like I was getting the full effect because he was taking my heavy cover down to light every time he shot him with my Duggan. So I wasn't getting the surges that I was rolling on the red dice.
It's still better than whites.
Oh yeah, no,
Sure,
no,
yeah.
I'm not, no, totally better. But I do feel like after I played that game, I felt like I didn't experience it fully, right? Because there's usually not that much sharpshooter shooting at you, but all the shooting wooks have it. So it's like, so every shot into my Duggan units was sharpshooter.
He was literally going heads up with your FDs?
It was more, he shot more into the vets and the MK.
Okay.
But yeah, he did also shoot the FD, yeah. Yeah.
That's wild because that thing could touch you at range 5.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he moves fast and he's running up, right? So
He
it
has
wasn't like,
Wookiees,
yeah,
so
Yeah.
yeah. Um, and then game two, I played Rob. And in game two, I realized I never used one step ahead on Lando in game one.
how can he
Oh,
be S tier when you're playing him
yeah.
wrong?
Yeah. Well, hold
Well,
on, hold on. Here's the thing, Nick. Here's the thing. The same thing I'm telling to say, and you just refuse to do it.
I
You know,
refuse.
you need to practice.
So that's not even like practice. That's not practicing your list. That's just playing
Well,
and
no, well, yeah.
playing with a new unit that just came
Sure.
out.
You can't
That,
tell me he's
That's
not
just
S
another
when you
word for
didn't play
practice.
right, Nick.
no, he's not S. No, gosh,
You
not at
didn't
all.
play him right though. Of course he's not S. When
Even
Nick plays Lando, he's like D. But
even
if Nick played one
even
step ahead, he's S.
even with one step ahead, I kind of looked back. It's like could have done probably not much. Would have done much even with it if I remembered to use it, because a lot of them would have just been Lando movie, which was like pointless for where he was. Um, so it's kind of funny. So okay. So second game, I'm like, oh, this is where I get to maybe I'll get to see what Duggan does. 'Cause I was really curious what Duggan was going to do because I had him 3 units.
Yeah.
Um, nope, did not get to experiment with Duggan in game two because you know what doesn't work against Duggan?
Last.
No, when you use his rolls 8 crits every time.
Oof.
No
Yeah.
joke. Rob shot at my Mark II in turn one with Duggan in with one of his Death Trooper dice pools. Not like a huge pool, it was range 4, so not
Yeah.
like a huge pool. Yeah, 6 crits. Yeah, 6 crits.
Jeez.
Mark II dead. Turn one, still with Duggan. Didn't even get to roll. Didn't even get to roll the red dice cover
Robbie
saves.
salting his dice.
Oh yeah, he was rolling crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. 6 to 8 crits like every time he rolled. Ahsoka got blasted with 8 crits off the board. So that was a game. That game was kind of over early. It was over early. Yeah, I was like, oh, I can't do anything against that.
Yeah.
Especially when like the units were just dying too fast, So that game was over pretty fast after that. And then game three, I played Mike, the other Michael, not Rebel Michael, but Empire Michael. And that was a fun game.
Garrus.
Good game. Yep. There I got to use Duggan. Duggan, actually kind of worked in that game. Got to see Duggan work because he rolled regular dice against me, so I got to use my cover saves. That was a fun game because he had Callus, so we had Callus and Jin go fight each other.
Hey.
So it was shifting priorities, and Callus and Jin both went off to one corner to go to one point. So Callus won, and he should have won even more. So I realized after he had put a couple attacks into her, he was forgetting his observe.
Oh.
And he wasn't spending his aim on Pierce, and he was re-rolling his dice. I was like, oh, like you're freaking your observe. Like do that, and then spend your aim for Pierce. And if
Who did he bounty?
Who did he bounty? I forget who he bountied. It had to be either Lando or Jin or Ahsoka, or maybe just pick Ahsoka. I forget.
I don't think you would send Jin after Callus if she was bountied.
I forget. Maybe it wasn't Jin. But so if he would have remembered that, he would have killed her a lot quicker. So she technically didn't die. She technically lived on one wound. But if he would have like remembered in those turns to do that, she would have been dead if he was observing and piercing her. So she lost that battle. She lost that battle.
You can't pierce with an observe token.
No. Use the observe to re-roll and use the aim for his
Oh,
lethal.
gotcha.
Yeah, because he was not using the observe. He was re-rolling dice with his aim.
Yep.
And he would have been better just to spend it on the pierce. Yeah. But that was a fun game. We had fun. That was the game I won, but we had fun playing that game. It was a fun game. We were having fun. It was the third game of the day. So, but I think the Jin experiment's already over.
You don't like her?
Question is, are you going to stop taking her?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it's over.
Okay.
I took a bloated Jin. I took Jin with vigilance and situational, and
What's that,
She
like
Hold
90
on, before
points?
you finish your
yeah,
thought there. Situational. Did you ever feel like you needed
I used
that?
to. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
gosh,
Okay.
yes, yeah. The
Okay.
the game against Rob, I was spending 4 dodges on 4 crits to block 4 crits. So yes, it did help.
Fair point. Fair point.
So what are you
So
gonna take in place of 90
oh,
points then?
oh it's not so it's not the points, it's the slot. It's the slot. She is not operative. She should have stayed a commander.
Mm,
If she was a commander, if she was still her commander slot, it wouldn't be as bad.
because of
It
Courage 3.
it will just all of it. She's taking away slots for me to take my more powerful operatives, right? That's kind of the biggest thing. And before she was filling my commander slot, which is something I had to take. So if she was a 75 point commander as she is now, that would feel better. Because okay, I'm paying 75 points to take a unit I have to take. I have to take one of these units, right? So I'm taking her, and then I'm still taking my 2 operatives. That doesn't exist anymore. She's now taking the operative slot, and I still have to take another commander.
Mm.
So, quick question. Would you hate AMG if they would have removed her from the game and just made her a heavy upgrade for a core?
In current state, no.
I mean,
Yeah,
she would give your core
it's all,
charge,
if it
danger
was good,
sense.
yeah. Because I'm no joke.
No,
I
no,
think
like take her kit, dodge,
yeah.
take her
Oh
kit,
yeah,
nimble,
I would
danger
take that.
sense, charge, and instead of having a gun, she could have like her Tofana or
I,
whatever.
I think I'm done taking her as an operative. Yeah, they
So
gotta make
when
something else.
so
Because
when you bring a list, and it has Jin, we know you're really playing for fun.
yeah, because because with vigilance and situational, she still died, but that helped her live an extra turn in all my games pretty much because she had an extra dodge that she shouldn't normally have because of vigilance, and I could spend on crits. Um, I was trying to bounce around with her everywhere, but
Nowhere was
it,
safe.
well, look at my first game, Wookiees. What's she gonna do? She's
Yeah.
gonna fight. She's gonna
Yeah.
fight Wookiees. That's what ended up happening. It didn't go well. I had to just run away. I mean, that's basically what happened. I had to
Sure.
just run away, and she still died. And without vigilance, she would have died so much faster. And I can't spend all that points on her. So I think it's over. I think it's over.
Dang.
Oof,
That sucks. That sucks.
poor Nick.
Yeah.
Wait till you get your Rebel upgrade, then we'll see what happens. Hold on a little longer, because Imperial March is amazing. Rebel upgrade might do some
You know what
things.
I'm gonna see? I'm gonna see a operative, custom operative, or a custom commander, and Nick be like, "That's what Jin should have been."
Well, she should be a commander. Like she shouldn't have been an operative.
Sure. I mean, to be
Yeah.
fair, she didn't really command anybody.
Yes, she did. We've talked about
Oh
this.
my
She led a whole mission.
That she
But
died on.
okay, but leading a mission is I don't consider, being a commander, right?
But 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 we are. I've said this before. The rebels are not a military organized military force. Commanders are whoever we want them to be.
Sure.
Look at Luke. Is Luke a commander?
No.
Nick, so what
Who
you're telling me is
who's
you can
Luke
have a
command?
Build-A-Bear
That's true.
commander that fits right into your army. It sounds like you're getting what you need soon.
No, I don't want that. So that's one of the things I learned. Other things I learned that vets have low profile. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, I didn't. I didn't use it once.
Oh,
Which matters
goodness.
because well, you gave him dug in, didn't you?
I did.
So yeah, that could have yeah.
Yeah. Um, do you know that also vets are speed 1?
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
that too.
You need another sign.
On the other side.
Bro, God.
Again,
Does the Mark have a low profile?
no,
Not the Mark,
No.
the FD?
no,
No.
mm-mm, no. That'd be funny if it did.
Yeah.
The good thing is, again, I don't feel too bad that I forgot that they changed the speed
'Cause you
1
lost.
because I didn't move them like ever.
Yeah.
Like they always just stayed in the zone next to my point, like the whole
So how'd
time.
you
So,
realize they were speed 1?
oh, this is all things I learned on Monday when I looking at the cars. Yeah, so no one even like I
So
said,
so
to even
how
come up.
much is how much does it piss you off that Empire got Imperial March and Rebels didn't get anything like that?
That doesn't bother me too much. I mean, it doesn't. I really it's more just about how they messed with my force org. That's really what bothers me when they moved my units around. That's what bothers me. Um, so yeah, but I had fun. It was good. I had a good time.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Oh yeah.
Jose had a blast. You gave a little iffy fun. Did you have fun?
He had fun because he didn't play me. I was hoping to play him so I could make him
I
miserable, and he dodged me.
I did have fun, but I fully admit like I'm not feeling these changes they made to my rebels. I don't
Sure.
like it, you
Sure.
know?
Yeah.
I don't
Does
like
that
it.
change your letter grade? You gave him an A for the changes.
Well, the upgrades overall
No,
was
no. When we
good.
talked about the new changes to the armies, you sat here and gave them an A. Does that change now?
No, not when they changed that. I gave him a DF, remember?
Did
When,
you?
when we yeah, when we
Nick
talked
doesn't do Nick doesn't do
when we talked
DNFs.
when we yeah, don't you remember when they
He does
released
the No
Jin?
Child Left Behind that
Go
California does. It
go
was A
back
for
and
everybody.
go back and watch that episode. I was quite upset. I gave him like a DF when that came out. Yeah, no, I was not happy. I was not
Yeah,
happy
Oh,
I feel
about
he's
like
gonna
that.
I
leave
feel like
Legion. He's gonna
I feel
play
like
MCP only.
just like you had said, Nick, everything that you had said, plus the performance of Jin is just not, it's hard. It's hard when you have a character you like and they just don't seem to be good at all. You just kind of lose a little bit.
Yeah. And again, it's not even that she's bad. It's the slot. She was bad before.
Mm.
She was unplayable before.
She
No
was
one played.
annoying.
She was unplayable before. Yeah, but at least she was part of building that list as a necessary component to put in, right? It's like, oh, I have my choice. Well, I'll take her because I have to pick someone. I want to take her.
Yeah.
But now she's not that anymore, and now she's just taking away slots from the good the units I want to take, and also the better units in the list too.
Sure.
So, um, yeah. So, yes, my best moments was the inaugural MCP tournament. So that was the best moment.
I got a question for you about the
Yeah.
MCP tournament.
Okay.
You were following the AMG rules for the AMG
Oh
tournament,
god.
right? The doc and everything?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we weren't like,
Sponsored by them, but you were running the
yeah,
like
yeah. Which I mean, which is really just regular MCP. That's
sure.
yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
roll customized third-party dice, sir?
Yes, which is allowed.
Oh, it's allowed in MCP.
Oh, it's allowed in both games. You just also should have your official dice.
Well, no, I'm kidding. That's not what you said at last BetFest, sir.
He's
You're pulling
still
my leg.
salty.
You gotta
Anyways,
have your official dice.
I'm teasing.
Um, you mentioned already one of the best moments was Jose shooing Rob away. That was funny. Got to see that on stream.
You're
The
welcome, America.
The Shatterpoint stick you found was Dallon's, JR.
Shatterpoint, or are you talking about range?
Range.
Region
Oh,
range.
Yeah, it was
that's right. You found a
Shatterpoint.
ranged it. Okay,
Yeah,
the
I found a
Shatterpoint
ranged
stick.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And very much a kudos to you and Dallon in your game when the bystander came over and started moving terrain as you guys were playing. I thought that was a good moment. But you guys did a good job handling that.
Sure. It's hard because there was a lot of people
Yeah.
that wanted to come and observe. Like we had a little kid coming too, and I was just like
Mhm.
trying to encourage him at the same time. Like it's kind of important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
No, you did good. You did good.
Thank
Yeah,
you, thank
it
you.
was good.
You did good,
Um,
pig.
Yeah. So no, but it was fun. It was fun. Yeah, I had fun. It was good.
Good.
VetFest overall was a lot of fun. I played Shatterpoint and MCP on Friday. I played Legion on Saturday. I played MCP 3 games MCP on Sunday. So a lot of games.
Wait, can I make one complaint? Nick,
Mm.
I would have
Do it Friday.
loved I would have loved to play MCP had you not done it on my daughter's birthday party on a Sunday. Friday.
More people
Friday. You know
can
what happened
make it.
Friday? You know what happened Friday? I walked in, played a game of Legion, watched you murder John, And then when I'm like, hey, I want to play some MCP, you're like, I gotta go.
I had already been there for like 6 hours.
Arguably, I think more people could show up for MCP on Friday than on Sunday because you got obviously Jose and then Daniel, because I know Daniel goes to church. So there's two more players.
I put it out there on what day would work, and it seemed like Sunday worked the best.
Sometimes you gotta be a dictator, bro, and make it on
Well,
a
he's only dictating for
Friday.
you at that point.
Well, here's the other problem too for Friday. To fit the whole tournament, well, then you have to take work. Everyone has to take work off if they work, right?
Oh,
So
I
that's
took it off.
I know you
I
did, but
used vacation.
I'm just
I had
saying
my third party dice ready.
that makes it a little tougher. That
I had my fully painted Black Order ready.
and 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 we would be. I mean, we could get it in, but VetFest is not open as long on Friday. It doesn't open until like noon. It doesn't open at 9. So you're also going to be stretched to fit your whole tournament in on a Friday.
Sure.
MCP games don't take as long as Legion.
We actually we went pretty quick. Yeah, we
You're making my point.
Well, we finished 2 games of Legion before you guys finished your tournament.
yes, but we finished 3 rounds of Legion pretty quickly.
Legion or
MCP.
MCP.
Yeah. And all of our players, this was the first time if any of us have played on a timed MCP game. All of us. None of us have ever played a timed, and we all finished our games in the time.
Kudos.
Timed, not chess clock, correct?
Not chess clock, but just in the round time.
See, round times are fine, Jr. Round times are fine.
You know what's funny is we didn't play chess clocks on the second day.
I was so mad when I heard that.
Well, I think it's because, again, this is important to note. We finished 2 Legion games before Nick finished his MCP tournament. Now, that's a big contrast there because Legion games are significantly longer than MCP. But at the rate of competitive that's being played, games go a lot quicker. And that's
Jared, do
why...
your games count when you're murdering people inside of 4
But you guys didn't
rounds?
take a lunch break, though.
Valid.
Yeah, we took a lunch break.
But that's what men do. We skip lunch breaks.
And you murder people before
that was
5
built,
rounds.
That was built in our schedule. We took the lunch break.
Sure.
Of course, you're going to finish early if you don't get to the 5th round.
Because we technically finished before you if you look at our actual time.
Is there a time somewhere?
Well, I just mean because we all finished in time.
If you didn't take the lunch.
Yeah, if we didn't take the lunch. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you it's
we all
tomato tomato.
Hour and a half. We finished our games in an hour and a half. Three rounds. That's...
I've guaranteed I finished my game a lot sooner than an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Next year, Nick, Friday. I'll play on a timer. Friday.
You'll play on chess clock?
Chess clock? I had
my honestly, Nick, that's
I
the
had
bet.
my heart
set. He has to play with chess clocks.
I had my heart set on playing my first ever MCP big tournament at an event this year for Nick to just say, "Give me it! You're not playing." I was coming in hot off the second place.
Majority always wins, though. That's just reality. Majority always wins.
We have enough time for everybody to put in 1 vacation day.
I could run on Saturday, and
and not play Legion.
Because I'd rather play Legion.
All right, boys. Let me give you guys my take. I know it's thrilling, innovating.
Nothing got to round 5.
I played Dallin. It's on stream. That was my first game, which is ironic because I played him last VetFest, game 1. We did Close the Pocket, Server Scan, and we both had Ordnance. Dallin's running a CIS list with a Snail, 1 Crab, 2 Spiders, Magnus, Grievous, and B1s. Pretty much, he had put all his B1s on the right side of the table. So I put all my bugs on the left side, his right of the table. And he put a spider with a flamethrower over there. Then on the right side, my right, his left, he put a crab and the snail with the B2s because he transported the B2s. And then the spiders. And I put my staps and my aquas over there. Yeah, I pretty much killed his crab turn 2, but like pretty much put it on 1 wound or 1 damage left on turn 1. It survived until turn 2. Now that wasn't prejudice, it was just that he had scouted out a lot further.
JR, killer of crabs.
Yeah. So I was able to target it with the stabs, and then the aquas came in and did damage to the spiders. But I was able to get his surface scan on turn 2. He had to drop it, didn't pick it up for the rest of the game. On the left side of the table, on my left side, his right, uh, he put a spider up on turn 1 on top of a building close to the POI. So what I did with my bugs is I jumped out, shot him, jumped back in, so that way I'm out of range. He got 3 wounds on the spider, so I was just like, oh, okay. This next super squad is gonna just kill it. So I got super confident, overly confident. I move, take a second aim, and shoot, and it survives on 1 wound. And then he flamed my guys and killed everybody but the unit leader. I was so bummed that I got so overconfident that I didn't kill it, that I was just like, that was a rookie mistake. Pretty much we fought in the middle with our bugs. My right, his left. That side just decimated all his stuff on that side. But bugs be bugs. It kind of just overwhelmed him from that point on. And that was the end of the game. I think he's lasted longer than anybody else at the tournament, round wise. I did kill a lot of his stuff, but he just kind of had the wounds to take to survive that long. So that was my game with Dallin. Super fun game. You can watch it on stream, so definitely check out Imperial Goldfish. Round 2, I had played against Tom. Tom, great player. I play him all the time in LVO. We're really competitive. I think he's from somewhere North Cali. I want to say Sacramento or somewhere in the Bay Area, I think. So Tom, if you're watching this, man, super like happy that you came by and played. I always have a blast playing you because it's so like on edge, like are making our moves. He ran Callus, Vader, two dewbacks with flamers, which I was mostly scared of, and Snows with the ion gun, 3 Snows with ion, and then 1 Death Trooper with Krennic. In that game, we played Close the Pocket. Sorry, not Close the Pocket. Shifting, Bring Them to Heal, and he had Strafing, and I had Advanced Intel. And I was scared of Bring Them to Heal more than anything because of Krennic's Annihilation Looms. And then you got Master of Evil from Vader. So I was really thinking he was trying to get that off. He put this is on the desert table, so you got those big old blocks, right? I put all my bugs on the left side of the table, his right, and he put all his stuff on the right side, my left of the table. So we're kind of doing this dance of he's got the range to shoot farther. My bugs have to double move to shoot. However, just like in game 1, I put my stabs and aquas to his left, my right, and he had put Krennic in the middle of the table,
Oh no.
heavy cover, back up 2, and I said, screw it. I was so afraid of Annihilation Looms. I committed everything, all aquas, all stabs, to kill Krennic turn 1, and I was able to kill Krennic turn 1. He took it off the table, and I had some free shots to take on other stuff. But since he committed everything to his left, my right, I was able to get my shifting priorities pretty much uncontested. And since what's amazing about the aquas, they're so hard to kill, and if you don't focus the stabs, the aquas are now full health, right? And then that combo of stabs and aquas is just really good, synergizing with themselves. That the bugs don't really need to be there. The bugs are just the icing on the cake because they could do their job for the points that I paid for them, right? And what happened is that I was just decimating his left side. He managed to burst the speed Vader to the middle of the map, force push Poggle, and he took a wound to put the token back in his bag. So at that moment, I knew, crap. Because, another important note about Tom. Again, Tom's a great player. On turn 1, he played ISB Agent from Callus, and he chose my 2 pips. So I could
Mhm.
not play Serve the Queen on turn 2, so I had to play something else. So turn 3 would be the earliest I could play Serve the Queen.
Dude, Callus is good for tempo bust.
Oh, it's so, and then so he's trying to kill Poggle, so I can't play Serve the Queen on turn 3. So I got really nervous. So I had to start commit my bugs to killing Vader. I think the first shot, get 5 wounds off him right off the bat.
Hmm.
So at that
Oof.
point, I was just like, ooh, I think I have a really good chance. So then when I get that 5 wounds, move again to be in base contact. So that way he can't force push Poggle into base with them. Like he's got to kill some bugs, then force push. So he won't kill Poggle that turn. That was my whole thing. But then I just moved with my last Geos, shank him, and he took the damage. Like he did not roll good on his Vader saves at all, and everything else was saving decently. And Vader went down, and that's when he called it.
Stick stronger than lightsaber.
Yeah, like this again. It's eight. No, it's 9 blacks in melee. It's better to shoot because you're shooting 18 dice, but yeah, it's just crazy. So that's when he called that game. Then my last opponent for day 1 was Zach. I love Zach List. He was running the 3 Fluttercrafts with Wookiees. As Nick mentioned, he's running shooter Wookiees, the Chieftain and everything. On that game, we played Close the Pocket, Mark Targets, and we both got Cunning Deployment. So the thing I'm scared more about Zach's list are the Fluttercraft because that
Didn't you give
over
him a low rank though on
No,
your tier
yes,
list?
yes, they're bad. They're a bad unit, but
But he's terrifying.
here's why I'm going to tell you they're bad in a minute. The reason why I was scared of them is because that overrun into my geos messes me up big time. Even though I have Indomitable, you still give out a suppression, and you can kill models. Like you can kill a lot of models. Essentially, I'm gonna do air quotes because it's not a lot, but it's a lot in the sense that he could dwindle them down if they go uncontested. The reason why they're bad, Jose, is because I killed a majority of his Fluttercrafts turn 1 with the Staps and the Aquas. So he deployed all 3 of them on the left side. What he likes to do with the one that has the Pierce gun from the shoots in the back, he likes to move, shoot, and do the strike and fade to go back so you can't shoot him again. The other 2 Staps are more than that, or sorry, the other 2 Fluttercrafts that I'm scared about
The
is that
bombs.
the bombs is that he deployed them to be within his deployment still. I would say probably about a little bit over range 1 they stuck out. But because Aqua Infiltrate can move, shoot at range 3, I was able to shoot at them, and then of course Staps are super fast. So I just took 2 of them right off the bat, and then it's hard for Zach's list to go against my list because he wants to be in melee, and I can kite him. I could jump on him first. I could dwindle him a lot faster. That's pretty much what I did for the rest of the game. Was I just spread them all my bugs out, had the Staps and Aqua, just kill the Wookiees before they can even get to any objectives. Um, and then so I won that game. What's funny is that I then had to play the next day 2. I had to play Tom all over again because Tom and Zach were part of the top 4. Daniel being the other one. That game that I played against Tom was Intercept and Recon Mission, and then I had Ordnance and he had Advanced Intel.
Did he make
Um,
the same mistake?
no, this time he did not make the same mistake. He put Krennic behind a big old LOS. There was no way for me to get around that. So same kind of thing that I did. I put all bugs on one side, and then I put the Stabs and the Aquas on the other side. Now, the Stabs and Aqua are doing what I want them to do. They're out for striking something. So he was able to kill 4 of my bugs in the squad because I kind of got a little bit greedy and put him a little bit too ahead. But because he had to do that, like took that range 4 shot, my Aquas and Stabs were able to flank it. And I killed his Death Trooper turn 1 and dwindled down some snows. I think he was trying to focus the bugs more this game than the last game because the Staps and the Aquas really didn't get shot at much, and they were actually the MVP in this game, in my opinion, because they were able to flank things out of cover. Like I'm talking about on his side of the table now, just shooting things out of cover. He was able to get Vader in, and you know, I decided I wasn't going to shoot at Vader because he pretty much bubbled himself effectively this time. Uh, but the bugs just kind of like literally all the POIs were in a spot where if you go contest it, you're going to be in the open or at least be able to get shot at, right? So he didn't want to make a move towards the POIs because I had all my bugs just waiting to jump on him. Now he did do the ISB agent again. That's the smart play. You should always do that. But again, if he made a move for any POI, I just pounce on him with the bugs and just decimate it. So it was him trying to just endure into an opportunity to rise. I just never gave him that opportunity. And yeah, my list did really,
It's
really well.
it's crazy because I feel like your list is so balanced that you kind of have to pray to the dice gods and hope your defense holds and hope you whiff on your offense, which is
For
going to
the
be rare for your list. Like, I don't see anything cracking that list because nothing can get close enough to flame it. Not even if at range 4 you're gonna have shots to take on those 4 units. You literally have to weather that storm and hope your saves save. I think if your saves save, you're better off. But the thing is like, how often are your dice gonna protect you from 18 dice?
and that's exactly right. You're exactly right on that, Jose. Because like I
Because
said,
the reason I say that is because last year at LVO when you were in top table,
mm,
you played the way you didn't have aquas, but you played your game, and a big chunk of why you lost was because one, Austin's such a fucking amazing player that he countered your death from above with the simplest of things.
mm,
But two, there was a bunch of shots you took with those big dice pulls where it's like 3 hits.
yeah, it was that game.
So
Again, I don't like to blame dice, but you're right. I did whiff
y-
a lot that
you
game.
have to hope that your dice whiff with 2 aims whiff, and you have to hope that your defense holds.
Eh,
If your defense can hold, you have a better shot, but still not as great. You need both those things to line up. Because the thing that sucks is like your list is like fast, hits hard, covers a lot of ground, and looking at that list, not a lot of things can deal with that.
Sure. And to be fair, Tom's second game with me, he was definitely focusing the bugs. He killed a lot bugs compared to anybody else in the tournament. Um, to the point where it's just that it took him so long to kill that many bugs that at that point it didn't matter because
Hmm.
aquas were full, the stabs were full, and they're just flanking and doing that. And then when I say full, they didn't like not get shot at. Obviously, the stabs got shot at and the aquas got shot at, but not nearly as much as they could have because he was focusing on the bugs. But again, it's like choosing between a rock and a hard place. You're right. No matter what you choose, the other one hit just as hard, right? So that's kind of like what I like about my list. They're very independent of each other. I have to keep all the bugs together because of one, Capel. I need Capel, and two, that's
Courage.
my courage bubble. The Stabs and Aqua could do whatever they want. It doesn't matter. I could put them wherever I need them. So in my last game against Zach, which Zach was my final opponent, um, was we both had ordnance, was intercept signals and surface scan. This time he learned. He deployed his fluttercrafts in a way where I had to double move things to kill the fluttercrafts. So I wanted to be able to shoot with my aquas right off the bat. And he kind of like mind gave me a little bit because you can see this on the stream.
Hmm.
He deploys Chieftain, one naked Wookiee, and a shooter squad on my left side, his right of the table. Now, the moment he put down, I think the first Wookiee, I put down a bug. Here's the thing though. Since I put down that bug there, I either got and we had a giant river in the middle, right? And I totally forgot my bugs had scale. Um, giant river in the middle, so we played it as difficult terrain. So I kind of knew I had to commit everything on my left side. So he only put 3 acts on the left side, and he put everything else on the right side. His saber tank, the 3 fluttercrafts, the rest of the Wookiees. So I think he had 10 acts, so 7 acts I'm fighting on my right side, his left, against 5, which are 3 Staps and 2 Aquas. And the bugs are only fighting 3 acts on his right, my left. So my bugs obviously are going to win that side. Zach's plan was to win his right, his left, my right side, and hopefully go to kill points. However, again, even though he deployed really close, as close as he could get to the table edge, the Stab just double move and could shoot practically the whole table. And set the Fluttercraft had such a big base that I was able to take out one Fluttercraft. I was able to take out, took out the first one, turn 1. The turn 2, I just focused it again, another one. And I think by turn, no, he kept the Pierce one, he kept alive, but I decimated both bombers, so the bombers didn't do anything again. And I just won on that side because he couldn't do it. He didn't do anything with 2 of his acts. The Wookiees that are the shield Wookiees, they want to be in melee, so they got to traverse terrain. And if they're hitting Aquas, that's kind of a win on my side. However, though, he did take impact grenades, so he was killing my Aquas pretty well with those because he was running up and hitting them. But then towards like the middle of the game, I just kind of like started moving my bugs over
across
to that
the
side.
ocean.
Yeah, just started double moving, triple moving everything because again, three acts on my left side isn't gonna do much to like 6 Geonosian squads. So it was not tooting my own horn, but I did decimate and like killed a lot of things.
By the time he got that right side into melee, they were down to 2 models.
Yeah, it was
Crazy.
hard. It was very much a counter list to his list because I could definitely move, shoot. I could move, shoot before he can get into melee, and you don't want to be running things into melee that are not considered to be engaged with, which will be my Aquas or the Staps. But it was still effective because he took impact grenades, which caught me off guard. I was like, "Oh, you took impact?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, nice." And I just ignored the Saber Tank. Again, I'm not a fan of shooting Armor 5. I'm not going to do it unless I have to. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And I was able to win the tournament from then on out. Definitely had a blast. It was a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun with all my opponents. So I'm hoping this list does well in LVO. And we'll see what happens.
Dope.
But again, thank you guys for all coming. We had a lot of fun. Thank you guys, whoever's listening. We appreciate you guys helping us, and listening to our commentary. Any last words, Nick?
I'm getting the new POIs when they come out. They're on pre-order.
Why? Is that a big deal?
Isn't it? Oh, don't we all want fancy
Official?
POIs?
Sure,
Official
POIs?
Sure. I just didn't know if there was like a reason why. You know what I mean?
No, I want those. They look cool.
Okay, fair enough. Jose, any final thoughts?
Nick, I'm taking Invasion to LVO.
You'll be bored by mid-August.
I'm taking Invasion to LVO, and JR, just go easy. I don't want you to yell. I end up not taking him to LVO because JR made it insufferable. I was crying. I just never want to do that again.
No, man. We're definitely going to be practicing to the point where we're going to be talking throughout the game. Like that's my goal, anyways. But anyways, again, thank you guys for joining me and those listening still here. John, appreciate you listening. We will see you guys next time. Yeah.
See ya.
Later.